everyone, and today we will be talking about my April 2024 portfolio update. And if you haven't watched me on this channel, this is basically just me talking about how I'm going to reach $1,000,000 invested in my portfolio for retirement. And as someone who started a little bit late in her journey at 40, getting ready for retirement. So this month I invested in QQQM and also VTI. That's it. I didn't average into any new positions, and I had just one dividend, which was my money market account, and that dividend was $56.35. I didn't have any swing trades or any closing any positions, so it was a fairly simple month, and it really was a really hot month here in Thailand. And before I get into this portfolio, I just want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just one person talking about her journey on the internet and how she's going to get $1,000,000 invested for retirement. So let's go ahead and take a look at Robinhood. Here we are in the Robinhood account. As you can see, my account value is just under $62,800, just slightly under. And if you can look back in the previous weeks and months, right now the 1 week chart, it was at 60,000 earlier this week. It was actually down quite a bit, and then it has gone up a little bit, but it's not as high as it was earlier in the month of April 12th at 65,200, almost 300. So the account has been going up and down, and right now it's kind of like recovered a little bit. But let's go ahead and take a look at the holdings. And right now my Bitcoin is up $5,400 in capital gains, unrealized capital gains. And QQQM right now is at $180.92, and right now I have a market value of $44,000, and I'm up 35% for a total of 11,500, almost 600. So that's amazing. And then I have SCHG, not the very popular SCHD, which is the dividend, but this is actually the growth equivalent of the large cap in Schwab. And right now the share price is $92.55. I have a total market value of $2,300, and I'm up 14%. Really not bad at all, for $290. And ESGV, it's up $70. The price share is $91.57 with a market value of almost $1,200, and I'm up 6%. Not as much, but I haven't been averaging into that. I have been, but actually I think I averaged in at higher price points. So the next one is Pfizer. I'm down nearly $300, and the price is currently $28.17, but my average cost is $37.38, and I have only $850 in there, but actually I put in probably around more than 1,000, so I'm down 25% on this. And Rivet, I'm down $223. It is currently at a price share of $10.17, and I have 40 shares for a total market value of $400. So this has been going up and down, up and down, and up and down, but overall my position is down 35%. And the next position is Oatly. I'm down $208. The current price is $1.19. This was a bet on kind of like the whole vegan movement, and I do buy Oatly. So really I bought at around $2 a share, so my average cost is $2.18. My market value is $249.90, and I'm down 45%, which is terrible. And the next position is Apple. I have $182.58 for the price share, and I have a total market value of $1,095. I am up 5%, which is just $55, which is actually great because initially this was down almost the equivalent of $50 or $60. So after the buybacks, it did kind of pop back up because of that, and it's looking pretty good actually. So nice. All right, so here we are in my Vanguard account, and it is currently $97,224, which again, I think is slightly lower than it actually was despite additions of $1,200. And I did add $555 to my Robinhood account. I forgot to mention. So, yeah, this is slightly down. And if you look at my 1 year, I'm up 20%, which is amazing. If you look at my 3 year, I'm up 8.5%. And if you look at the 5 year, I'm up 9.9. And if you look at the 10 year, I'm up a total of 27,900, which is almost 28,000. That's simply amazing at 8.6%. And then just looking at the cost basis, I do have here VFIAX. I have 111 shares, almost 112 shares, and I have VOO at 10 shares or so, and VTI at 102 shares. So I have been averaging mostly into VTI because my shares of at basically the S&P 500, both VFIAX and VOO are the S&P 500, is quite large in terms of my overall net worth, my overall portfolio. So I would like to kind of flush out the VTI. I know there's a huge overlap between VFIAX, VOO, and VTI. 80 so percent between VOO and VTI. However, I think it's good to have those in case you want to do some harvesting in terms of your gains or your losses, and then you don't get a wash sale by purchasing the slightly different ETF or mutual fund. So that's my kind of thoughts there. And also with the very popular VTSAX and also VTI, reading The Simple Path to Wealth, I just decided to go a little bit more into the US total stock market. Yeah, so that's it for my Vanguard account. Now let's go look at the totals. Basically this month, because of how the market and Bitcoin prices have been going, my portfolio value is a little bit depressed compared to how much I put in, which actually was $1,755. I'm going to put the total market value here on the screen because it's slightly different than what I calculated it as before I filmed this video, which is a couple days later. Just slightly depressed from 160,000 last month despite addition. Well, that's it for today's video, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on my journey and seeing if I can reach $1 million invested for retirement, as well as just watching kind of like what happens to my portfolio and seeing if I can do this dollar cost averaging thing despite the market being up or down or whatnot. And also just to realize, like, this month it is a little bit more difficult to see your portfolio go down despite having added so much money, and that's the name of the game. And if you can be slow and steady and just keep on at it, that's really the way to build wealth. And that's what I believe. So thank you so much, and see you in the next one.